Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7 Out today. Got some more Backseat battling for you guys. This time around, we got two legend players, one of whom we actually featured in another Backseat battling, like a week ago. And this guy here just is always online. I guess chronically playing the RTA here, 3 a.m. apparently for them. And on the right side, we have someone from the Asia server. And we got a really tanky team going on the right. Maybe a superhumanized Estelle gonna happen here. But watching legend players use RNL is why I'm here, because I am here for ideas on how to improve my own drafts, or maybe how to survive certain drafts as well. You see a really aggressive team on the left side. Bassarunka Salome, classic combo here. We got a Tori that's ban protected, super strong against RNL, maybe taken away from the opponent, right? No counter pick there in terms of that pick. So yeah, I'm all here for learning about it. You guys seem to be loving this series too. Let me know in the comments down below, right, if you want to see more of this. Most of you guys, I think, are kind of down for this as long as it's not too frequent, because I know you guys do enjoy watching me play RTA, but sometimes I get into a little rut, get kind of pinned down with multiple losses. I think this is a great way to come up for a breath of fresh air, but at the same time, it's also great to be learning new things, right? And see how we can improve our draft. Bellion and ML Aria picked up on the right side here, and Ruel is banned on the left. That's such a strong anchor on the left side for Ruel, right? For such a aggressive DPS team. RNL's gonna go first, but into Perfume Bibulus, usually not the best thing ever because of that reflect damage that you actually take with your skill 3. We see though the RNL goes for a skill 2 onto the Nurse Yoha, doesn't land any debuffs, comes in with a skill 3. Let's see what happens. Ooh, does land the fear on the Bellion and the Nurse. Those are, Bellion and the ML Aria are both superhumanization targets. That's why the Nurse Yoha is there. He is gonna copy with Salome, copying the Perfumer Bibulus. Ooh. Do you place that much faith in your opponent's effectiveness stat? Let's see. Skill 3 comes out, see if they can provoke here. Boom, lands the redirected provoke, so no matter what, this Nurse Yoha won't be able to do anything. Such a smart play, actually. If they let the Nurse Yoha go, she would have cleansed Fear with her own passive ability. She cleanses 1 debuff per turn that she takes. She grants that ability to all allies too. And so, yeah, that was a good way of guaranteeing that Nurse loses her turn. Bibulus gonna come return the favor, though. Salome provoke, a lot of injury damage. RNL also getting hit by a ton, too. Bellion comes in with an AoE. Tons of damage onto the other side. Tori, though, still looking quite healthy, right? Got that protection set probably going on his team. That's why they all started with a giant barrier. But now Tori, no cascade buff. Kind of a bummer still, though. Proof of Valor, not enough to keep the Nurse alive. So down she goes, and Tori's on Wind Rider, so she enters Stealth, and her next attack is going to be super boosted in terms of the attack power. And now Bassarunka finally takes a turn. She's going to skill 3. Trying to stay alive here, right, against the opponent. It's all up to the grind game at this point. The player on the right has quite a bit of bulky units, whereas on the left side, everyone's just hiding behind this Bassarunka. And we're seeing the first skill 3 come out from the ML Aria, stripping souls from the opponent, right? 0 souls on almost both sides. 0 souls on the left, 6 souls on the right. Salome coming in. And her HP is quite low now, her max health. Still doesn't matter, she's such good utility with dual attacks with the highest attack unit with her skill 1, allowing the Tori to focus down this ML Aria. And with this Tori, guys, hidden in the background, I just don't see how they're ever going to be able to get rid of her, right? Tori takes down the ML Aria there, gets another stealth, which is huge, by the way. It halves the amount of AoE damage that you take, and Bellion is all AoE damage. So this RNL gonna come in, maybe gonna finish off. Nope, not quite. Not gonna finish off the Bibulus. And we are gonna see skill 1 come out. Wow, look at that though, guys. The Bellion is hitting like an absolute truck. I don't know if she's on counter set. I don't think so. She looks a little too fast to be on counter, which means it should be safe to attack her. Everyone is gonna focus down the Perfumer Bibulus though, and now Now's the real test. Nope, nope, okay, I guess he knew it. He knew he wasn't on counter, so he's going to forfeit. On to the next match over here, and we have our very own KHM on the left, representing the Europe server, going up against War of Lion. Sorry, not the Lion of War, but the War of Lion. On the right, representing Global, KHM is someone that is a seasoned veteran of the game. You guys all know and love him as well, and we're gonna see what he's gonna bring in terms of this draft here. Is super aggressive, just cleaving up here in Legend. We have RNL first picked, along with a Pirate, Captain Flan, and a Zeo band protected. This is crazy. Bossarunka band, Bellion band. This is gonna be some hyper aggressive stuff coming out here, and I'm all for it. I want to see how RNL can be used in different teams and different situations. I'm mostly curious right now how War of Lion is gonna survive this, because I don't know, guys. It's looking pretty bleak right now with all the damage on the left side. Estelle obviously gonna be there to try to mitigate some damage. Salome as well to kind of, I guess, be able to cleanse herself, copy a unit maybe. Not really sure her purpose here, especially with the Bossarunka being pre-banned. Typically those two are found together. ML Bologna gonna get picked up, and a Shepherd of the Dark DM, maybe kind of goading the opponent into like soul burning, like, you want a soul burn, but you don't really, because then DN can kind of punish you. So that's actually kind of interesting, or just kind of taking the pick away from the opponent. I can definitely see that, because DN plus Zeo kind of dumpsters on the Emma Bologna. Hey, could be a 2-for-1, right? Getting 2 birds with 1 stone here, picking up the Shepherd of the Dark DN. Hakati gonna get picked up. That's actually quite strange. I'm quite curious to see how fast this Hakati is, if it is even a fast one at all. And a potential DDR last pick would be devastating. Ooh, that's a tough one, because this DDR is likely faster than the Shepherd of the Dark DN, and he's gonna put this Emma Bologna out of commission. Salome, the only unit who could potentially contest here, but against what? A band-protected Zeo? I don't think it's gonna be happening, guys. The RNL following up with so much as well. Setsuka could be the last-ditch effort play. Feel like if a Harsetti was picked, even if a Harsetti was picked up earlier, the Zeo would still outspeed. Yeah, so here it comes, the Setsuka, desperate attempt to stay alive. Let's see. I mean, I feel like it's a little one-sided, but watching KHM is always a pleasure. DDR getting banned along with Setsuka. Does not want that RNG there. If Zeo misses, for example, on trying to push back a Salome or something, it would kind of cost him quite a bit of momentum, yeah? So here we go. Zeo is gonna open up. Whoa, but this guy, Salome, is going second. That is crazy. He is gonna soul burn. This will push up the Shepherd of the Dark DN, unless she gets pushed back here. Unless she gets pushed back. She is gonna get pushed back. Estelle's gonna counter, and here the DN is pushing herself back up. Pirate Captain Flan, though, doesn't care, pushes up the rest of the team. Does not need to actually focus the Salome, because RNL now gonna take the turn. Could you skill 3 first, and then go for a skill 2? Perhaps. But not sure, because you don't really know what you want to do with a swift attack buff, right? There we go, skill 2 coming out, a lot of damage coming in onto this Salome. Barriers coming up for the right side. Here's the extra attack there, tons of damage, healing back up to full health. The injury hurting a little bit, but it's alright. With that attack buff and this skill 3 coming out, we will see a huge barrier that's going to be protecting RNL. Down goes the Salome. She was defense broken after all, and Bologna has an extra attack as well onto the opponent's side. Ooh, but here it comes. There's the barrier. Here is the immunity. Can Pirate Captain Flan do anything about this? Skill 3 comes out. There's a counter attack. It's a counter Bologna, guys. But Hakati might come in and just finish off this Bologna in one shot. That's a 10k HP Hakati. This guy's not playing around. Going for speed, going for damage. Down she goes. And can Estelle actually clutch this? Ooh, I'm kind of curious. There's no counter there. Hikari doing so much damage. Oh my goodness, guys. I think the Zio's got this. That was actually quite intense. No counter there either. Oh, War of Lion, good try. No holy sacrifice because the Hikari was picked up. And I don't think Shepherd of the Dark DN has anything that she can do here because that one-turn bomb is pretty much just gonna finish her off. So here comes the skill 3. Zio might go down, Hikari might go down, but this RNL is just gonna do a single tap here, and that is gonna be it. KHM came close to being taken down by War of Lion. I'm quite surprised at how close this match actually was. That Bologna was actually quite impressive. We got another legend match on our hands, guys. Rank 57 versus rank 45. Let's dive right into this one. The tail end of their draft, but luckily for us, there's an RNL on the right side here, so I can't wait to see what they do, especially against this Christie with a Silvertide, Silvertide Christie with a Spirit Azallea. I can't even, that's too many S's, and a Lady of the Scales. Wow, Ivana getting picked up on the left side as well to maybe counter that Shepherd of the Dark DN we see on the right. Okay, so let's jump into it. RNL, of course, starting first here, and Christie gonna be the one to tank with the immortality gonna be placed on her from Lady of the Scales. Quite interesting. I wonder what the Ivana's really gonna do here. Yeah, she cuts damage taken in half, but is it gonna matter? Is it gonna be too little too late? Here we go, skill 2 coming out onto the Ivana. Defense Broker coming in for the double attack here, dual attack. The extra attack, and then the Water's Origin gonna push up that Ivana. We see the skill 3 coming out. There we go. Ooh, getting the fear though. This Ivana not on too much effect resistance is something that I'm noticing here. So even though she did get the buff for the team, actually that buff is really, really nice right now, that Radiance right there, because it does reduce the damage taken by 50%. Huge stuff. And because she took a turn, she does dispel the immortality from the DN. You gotta be careful though, because if you soul burn on the Spirit Eyes Celine, you definitely are gonna be proccing that DN once again, unless you're one-shotting her here. Don't know if that's gonna be happening though. Yeah, he is just gonna play it safe, go for the skill 3. We have Russell now taking, oh no, Russell's not taking the turn quite, oh he does! That's what I thought. Veritas on his 3rd proc, pushing up the Perfume Bibulus. Skill 3 gonna come out. Ivana being so low on effect resistance should be hit here. Spirit Eye Selena is safe because the Christie, and yeah, there you go, the only unit taking debuffs. Christie is probably going down soon with this, so here comes a skill 3, a last little gift from Christie, as she heals up a little bit, but this Bellion is probably going to finish her off. There is no skill 1 soul burn coming out, just gonna pop that skill 3 immediately. 34,000 HP Bellion here. Huge damage proc. Very, very nice to see, and would love to see if this Bellion's able to make it. No, she won't. Oh my god. I keep thinking there's counter Bellions here because mine is a counter Bellion, but no, these speed Bellions, no resistance. She's gonna get feared. And Spirit Eye Celine gonna be taking the turn. Hard for her to take down RNL, I will say. RNL probably has an easier time taking down Celine, if anything. And there goes this skill 1 into that Shepherd of the Dark DN. Fantastic. That wasn't even a soul burn, by the way. That gives you 50% extra damage. That's kind of crazy. So there you go. RNL, though, focusing down this Ivana. She's not really needed anymore, I'll be honest, because the Shepherd of the Dark DN has been taken down. However, it will still be good to get that skill 3 off to get that immunity for that Spirit Eye Celine. Not that she really needs it, but oh, you know what she does need though? A little bit of reviving. I don't think you're coming back from that. Russell with that Bellion just taking the cake. Now, I've been seeing this player floating around the spectator ranks for quite a while now. Wolf on the left side from Palladia, representing the global server. Really high rank, guys. Top 20 player in Legend right now. And I'm quite curious to see how they're farming so many games. So on the right, we have, oh god, a Bossarunka with a Ruel. Would actually kind of like to see how this plays out. Unfortunately, RNL is pre-banned by the player on the right side, but we do see Estelle, Salome, and a Notos ban protected, a fantastic choice into the Bossarunka and the Ruel. I tend to pre-ban Notos, so I don't think this would be an option available to me normally. Notos and Freerin being the two units I don't like to fight against. We see a Spirit Eye Celine coming out on the right side. Could just be more aggression. Oh, could definitely just be more aggression here. Is Spirit Eye Celine enough to take down the Notos, though? Even with a greater attack buff and a crit damage buff? If he has Holy Sacrifice, I think she might run out of juice. Oh, there it is. There's the Bunny Dom. To counter the Ahmed, to counter the Spirit Eye Celine. What a nice pick. I feel like Bunny Dom is just getting more and more value ever since she got her nice little buff there, right? And let's see what the last pick is going to be from Wolf, because they've been maintaining this rank. From the last couple of matches I've been spectating, I've been trying to catch some good games for you guys here, and Wolf always just appears, so they've been at the grind. The last pick is going to be... I doubt it's going to be a fire... Oh! It is going to be a Fire Politis, so they're basically telling the opponent right now, I'm not banning your Ahmed. Whatever you throw at me, I will take it. So is it going to be Ruel, or is it going to be a Pirate Captain Flan ban? I feel like the Pirate Captain Flan is a little bit more of an issue, right? If Bunny Dom gets banned here to allow the Celine to take multiple turns, don't know, yeah, there you go. Pirate Captain Flan, because she can stun, right? And so we correctly guessed both the pre-bans, or sorry, post-bans, and now we're jumping into the fray. So this Notos, ooh, what could happen here? What could be nasty is Salome could copy Notos and just say, nah, you know what? We're gonna go for it. Take away all your buffs, right? She is gonna go. Who is she gonna copy? Can't copy anything on the opponent's side besides Bossarunka. Gonna go for the Fire Politis. Maybe try to go for some stuns. Okay. Quite interesting here. Here's the skill 3. The scarier part, honestly, is that this Salome somehow outsped this Ahmed, which is kind of crazy. But here comes the skill 2. Here comes the skill 3. Oh, hang on. Are we going to see a stun? We don't. Resistances and Prophetic Candlestick on that Ruel, so keep that in mind. Might be relevant for later. Ahmed's gonna go with a skill 3. Spirit Eye Celine gets that greater attack buff and crit damage buff. Is Politis able to do anything here? Oh, only the unbuffable. Wow, I don't know if she even is like on Abyssal Crown or something here to try to stun, but we see the Soul Burn coming out onto the Notos. He does go down as a counterattack here, but I don't know, guys. The Notos revives with Holy Sack, not quite enough HP to survive a second hit, and down he goes. The Spirit Eye Celine is at max injury now, and this Estelle just throwing up a barrier for everybody else. I don't think, just throwing this out there, I don't think Wolf is going to be getting past his Bossarunka to get to the Spirit Eye Celine anytime soon. That is a very, very powerful draft into that Notos. But yeah, when you put all your eggs in one basket, don't be surprised when the basket spills that you kind of lose everything that was in it. We do see Estelle continue to counter. I don't know if this team can really get past this Bossarunka, though. Wolf is going to try, not going to let this rank 16th legend title just slip out of their hands, right? Little counterattack action from the Bossarunka Rocket Punch Gauntlet. Don't really see too much of that nowadays with the Bossarunka. Here comes Salome's skill 3 with a collapse. Still fighting, which means he still sees a path to victory. Do we see a nice defense break? We do, because it was a Soul Burn with ignoring resistance. And now this Politis comes in, not a damage one, by the way. Oh, but there, finally comes out the stun. Unfortunately, the Bossarunka could just get skill 3 by the Ruel, fully healed up. It's gonna be a shame. Here comes the barrier, though, helping protect that Politis. Don't think it's gonna be enough. I think Celine is still gonna be able to protect the team with a skill 3. Oh, no, never mind, not gonna do it. Just gonna go full on offensive here. Already protected by the damage limit buff anyway, so no need to worry. And Ruel, oh my god, guys. Playing it so safe, but you gotta do this. You gotta do this when you're an Emperor player fighting a top legend player. This is how you play it safe. This is how you ensure that there is no way for your opponent to magically, pierce through your defenses, right? Okay, so yeah, there you go. Wolf surrendering there. Kind of cool to see that the Spirit Eye Celine actually managed to pull it through. Well, 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 what do you know? The two players that we just observed earlier are going up against each other. Legend on legend action with Wolf against a KHM. This is gonna be a tough one, right? So, we got Notos picked up already on the left side and an Estelle in response to an RNL. Love to see the RNL play from the KHM so we can observe her in action, right? Same draft as before, I think. We got another Salome picked up with a Zio. Quite an aggressive draft. And Bunny Dom locked in. RNL has an extra turn. Salome has an extra turn. So Bunny Dom can be quite useful, and KHM can't ban her, okay? But Zio still, I mean, could potentially hurt this Bunny Dom quite a bit with a skill 3, and then maybe Soulburn it to push up, I don't know, a Shepherd of the Dark DN who can seal her. And by that point, if she's sealed, Salome can take an extra turn, and so can RNL. So there you guys have it. Shepherd of the Dark DN actually is getting picked up here. Frieren getting picked up on the left side too. Kind of difficult, right, for KHM to deal with right now, besides Shepherd of the Dark DN. Pirate Captain Flan, though, actually getting picked up. It's good to see her getting some use. And there goes the Celine. I don't know what the Celine... Oh, the Celine is for the Pirate Captain Flan's extra, her passive, right? To boost up everyone for the swift attack buff and everything. So, Shepherd of the Dark DN banned. Celine banned as well. Ooh, kind of curious to see why the Celine was banned, but it makes sense. Could be just a full damage Celine to nuke somebody off the face of the planet. KHM does not want to deal with variables such as RNG, so eliminating that Celine here, everything else is going to be pretty straightforward. Wolf seems pretty excited with the prospect of fighting KHM here. And so we have Zio take the first turn. Bunny Dom gonna be really difficult to deal with, right? But Notos is the main thing. You gotta deal with this Notos fast. So here we go. Pirate Captain Flan is gonna be the way for him to maybe control the Notos, maybe with some bombs and such. Not really sure how he's gonna lap around and actually bomb the Notos here though. Salome can't really skill 2 unless he can skill 2, skill 3, copy the Pirate Captain Flan, and then force the opponent's skill null, skill effect nullifier off, and then try to go for stuff, but that pushes the Bunny Dom up. Don't think you want that. There goes the skill 3 though, collapse and defense break. Pretty nice play. Giant barrier though for the Bunny Dom. Not great here. Skill 2 can come out from the RNL. Maybe take out the Bunny Dom. Ooh, okay, here comes the extra attack. Does it take her out? It does take her out before the extra turn comes in, so no protection for this Notos here. The fear can come out really well executed by the KHM, the KHM, I guess, too. But skill 3 coming out. Does the fear land? It does on everyone except the Estelle, who kind of cleansed because the damage, right? She cleanses herself, she does counter, and boom, that bomb to control that Notos. There is no way that he's taking the turn, even if he snaps out of fear. So Pirate Captain Flan able to maybe come in with a skill 3. Nope, decide to just bomb that Frieren as well, just for good measure, just in case. Taking that counter from the Estelle. And yeah, there you have it. The stun's paying off, because I think Frieren actually might have cleansed that fear. Right, we got that dual attack coming out. And Zio doing some pretty decent damage. Take out the Estelle here to prevent the barrier. That would be really nice. She is going to take a turn anyway, so you probably want to get rid of her. However, Salome gets to copy. Could copy the Frieren. Nope, going to copy the Pirate Captain Flan. It's actually, ooh, it's actually kind of interesting. You could go for a skill 3 here to try to bomb everybody. Could work. Does he do that? No, decides to just go for the skill 1. Bomb the Frieren, the damage share. Interesting. Alright, Estelle does come back. It is a Holy Sacrifice Estelle. Seeing a lot more Holy Sacrifice Estelles lately. Gonna come in, skill 3, take out the Pirate Captain Flan. No more control for this Notos. Uh-oh. Is KHM gonna be able to do this? RNL gonna be attacking. Another counterattack from the Estelle. Another barrier coming up. Wolf is playing very defensively here, and this might not be good. Salome going for the dual attack, cannot really burst through this Estelle. She is gonna counter. Wow, that Holy Sacrifice doing so much work. I might have to do this myself, guys. I might have to go for an Estelle pick. and use her as a full-on knight. And there you go, Notos putting up the domain, and KHM surrendering. Here's a name I haven't heard in a while, D. Xander on the left side, up in Legend here, defending his post as the Epic 7 World Championship participant of 2024, up against an Emperor player on the right side. RNL picked up as well here, love to see it. I can't wait because this looks like a pretty slow, methodical team with a Boss Arunca and a ban-protected Ruel, which is kind of disgusting, but keep in mind, high-level play always is disgusting. You use what you have available to you, right? And you make the most of it. Genesis Ra's getting picked up super early on the right side. Kind of weird to see, but along with the Nestel, along with the Setsuka, and a Swift Flagbearer Sigrid. Whoa! Not really sure how this is going to play out. The Sigrid probably going to get outsped by the RNL, but does provide a lot of utility against the opponent. Maybe if you ban out the RNL, right? But even then, RNL needs to get really lucky with her attacks, because Swift Flagbearer Sigrid can have up to 70% evasion depending on if she has an evasion artifact, so that could be really good. Salome gonna get picked up on the left side. She has Sweet Miracle, so she could always cleanse herself. Not necessarily out of 2 turns of fear from the Swift Flagbearer Sigrid, but hey, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Monarch of the Sword of Syria. Ooh, that's a nasty one too, because she is gonna be able to deal a ton of injury damage onto Genesis Ra's, onto the Estelle, but Mort gonna get picked up. All right, Mort is gonna get banned immediately. Wow, no hesitation there. Salome also gonna be gone. I mean, when you have Ruel, you don't really want your opponent to have the Salome, yeah? Salome into Ruel to copy, to revive somebody else is just too much. It's disgusting. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with this match. Arno, that means she is guaranteed to be going first here. She'll be taking the first turn, and I'm curious as to whether or not she's going to be attacking this with Flagbearer Sigrid, right? Seems like the spectating servers are a little overloaded, but here we go. Arnell opens up. Violet Talisman seems like the artifact to go for a lot of these players up here. So skill 3 coming out immediately, not even going for a skill 2, and boom! Doing some pretty decent damage onto everybody. Double counters though, Estelle and the Setsuka, punishing that RNL for doing an AoE attack. No more barriers left on them. And a skill 3 to boot. 2 turns of fear coming out with a Swift Flagbearer Sigrid onto the Ruel and the RNL. And honestly, Swift Flagbearer Sigrid's skill 2 could be punishing for this RNL, because that target debuff lowers their ability to dodge. Skill 1 coming from the Genesis Ra's, probably hoping to just seal collapse that Boss Arunca later to nuke. Who knows? Skill 2 coming out here onto the Boss Arunca. Nice job from Estelle to get that barrier up for the rest of the team. Genesis Ra is going to push up combat readiness. Setsuka going to be building up that fighting spirit. And yeah, this Boss Arunca chipped down quite a bit of her HP. She is going to come in probably with a skill 3 to help protect herself a little bit, just a smidge with that defense buff and barrier. Going to be targeting that Estelle, probably because she's likely low resistance, and there you have it. Most people up here have low resist Estelles, just really decent damage, really good bulk. And we can see this Estelle is no different as she soul burns her skill 3 to gain 50% fighting spirit to try to get back to another full bar to get another barrier up for the team, right? There's the counter. That's going to be a lot of injury damage, and there's more chip damage on top of that. Look at Estelle just losing like a third of her HP to one shot. Oh, and that's a disgusting dual attack there. The Monarch of the Sword of Syria. You can't be feeling good about that one. But Setsuka gonna come in with the skill 3. Xander kind of on the back foot here, right? Kind of struggling against this control team, believe it or not. Swift Flagbearer Sigrid with all the debuffs, right? Setsuka coming in with the blinds and the beguiles too. Suddenly, the momentum has shifted. But we see double counter coming out. Fortunately, Swift Flagbearer Sigrid is going to be able to dodge there. Not so much with the... Oh, hang on. Sorry, no fixed damage. But we do see a skill 3 coming with the Monarch of the Sword of Syria. Speaking of fixed damage. Boom. And is this going to finish off the Estelle? It is! Oh my god, 19k damage. And we see the Boss Arunca going straight for the Swift Flagbearer Sigrid. Doesn't want any more of these shenanigans with debuffs. can RNL loop around this Swift Flagbear Cigarette right now? Ooh, Genesis Roz, though, maybe not making that happen. Skill 2, double counters. His barrier is going to help protect a little bit. However, I think he's still taking some injury. Yeah, that's quite a bit of injury. Maybe enough for it to actually matter. Remember, RNL has evasion, so she might not die from this single hit. And Bossarunka, she has a defense buff still. Everybody's surviving. Unfortunately, the counter missed, so no injury there, but the tide of battle has shifted once again to D. Xander's favor. Keep in mind, this Ruel's been sitting there this whole time not doing a single thing. Double counter once again onto this Swift Flagbear Cigarette. Looks like she's going to be going down there. Oh my god, this Assyria doing so much work. Now, keep in mind, everybody on Xander's team is so low that a single Setsuka S2, right, passive proc, could technically finish things off. RNL is going to be going here. Do we see a Lethal Whispers? Oh, there's a counter attack right there. There is a Lethal Whispers proc. Oh my god, here comes the extra attack here, guys. This could be devastating for Xander. Down goes Bossarunka, down goes RNL. Ruel might be in trouble as well. Nope, not quite. Monarch of the Sword of Syria so low. Setsuka could soul burn this for an extra little bit of damage. But does he want to go for the Ruel? Going for the Ruel ensures that you can get rid of that revive buff, but nope, decides to go for the Monarch and Sword of Syria. She's low on defense, so Setsuka was able to heal. Good little gamble there. He won that one exchange because the Ruel did get locked into fear. However, now taking her out, she does take a turn, jumping up in combat readiness with her special buff. And now she has the ability to skill 3. Setsuka is not super healthy, but healthy enough to maybe take a hit if she dodges, right? About a third of her HP there. And Genesis Roz, even though he's injured, is pretty much at full health. We see an RNL getting picked to come back here. Probably one of the best units to clutch this with because of her evasion and survivability. We do see Setsuka trying to attack her for a little bit of healing, hoping that she's a bit squishier. Skill 2 comes out. Oh, and the Setsuka doesn't dodge. There's the erosion. And yeah, this RNL is definitely going to clutch it out. But really, I think Xander won because of that Ruel being bam protected, and the opponent could do nothing about it. Genesis Roz not giving up, although I think it's looking pretty bleak with that giant barrier on Xander's side. Don't think there's anything he can really do, especially since next turn Ruel's about to go. She has skill 2, and unless he can one-shot here, doubt it's gonna happen. Yeah, Violent Talisman gonna make sure that Genesis Roz always misses. And there you go. Xander gonna be taking this one. And unfortunately, guys, that is all the time we have for today, so thank you all so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Take care.